Sieger des Wettbewerbslaufes bei dem Auftritt in diesem Jahr in Ungarn. Laufer in der Reihe hinter René Reinhardt und Adam Blanco, das Fahrzeug mit der Startnummer 23 in Anflug. Platz geht an den Vizemeister des vergangenen Jahres. Er war viermal schon Europameister, tritt an Beginn der diesjährigen Saison in Italien die Europameisterschaft an. Ist ein einziges Mal nach bis dato 11 Punkte führt Platz 1, den Platz Anderson abgegeben. Im Knock-Iveco Jochen Hahn sein zweites Jahr für die Mannschaft von Iveco an den Start ging. In den ersten 7, 8 Jahren seines Daseins war er auf Produkten aus dem Hause von Mercedes unterwegs und vor vielen Jahren auf MAN und auf MAN fuhr er 4 Titel ein. Jochen Hahn, der Sieger des heute durchgeführten 20-Punkte-Wertungslaufes, auf Platz 8 liegen im sogenannten Reverse. 9. Platz geht an das Fahrzeug mit der 88. Es ist für Ryan Smith der heute 7. Wertungslauf, der jetzt ansteht an diesem Wochenende für den Engländer. Wird gleich noch Wertungslauf 8 bestreiten, denn wir gehen parallel zur Europameisterschaft auch mit einem anderen Fahrzeug aus dem Hause von MAN in der britischen Meisterschaft an den Start. Aber weiß, rot, grün, Farbe, Startposition der MAN.
It's the last race of the weekend for the FIA European Truck Racing Championship runners here at the Nürburgring at this 33rd International ADAC Truck Grand Prix. Welcome along, David Addison and Martin Houston trackside for our final 13 laps from the European guns, and that's going to be followed on the live stream here by the final race of the weekend. 13 more drama-filled laps for those in the ADAC Mittelrhein Cup. On the grid, everybody keeping abreast of René Reinert's progress there. He will line up for this race on the 3rd row of the grid. René Reinert's had a bit of a mixed weekend. This grid is based on the result of race 3 of the weekend, race 1 of today, but with the top 8 reversed. It means that Jochen Hahn, who has now taken 5 wins this season as the race winner earlier, will start 8th. 7th will be Antonio Alberthetti. 6th, René Reinert. 5th, Adam Lachko. 4th, Andre Kurzim. Korber will be 3rd on the front row, Jose Rodriguez, and pole position, Anthony Janiek. And he rather lucked into that, didn't he, Martin? Yeah. Because Ryan Smith got a penalty and with that dropped out of the top 8.
Absolutely, yeah. It must have been heartbreaking for Ryan Smith to get that. But overspeeding again.
And Ryan, we understand, has a brake problem, so he's missing from his 5th row of the grid starting position. We hope to see him from the back of the grid. I mean, well, we don't hope to see him there, but if he's going to start, he'll start there, or from the pit lane, but he won't be where he had originally been billed to line up because of this problem. René Reinert then, damage in race 1, 2 penalties for overspeeding in race 2, a penalty in race 3 that dropped him from 2nd to 3rd place, and we've had the 10-minute board, so we're into the final countdown now as you see Jose Rodriguez rig there on the front row. Jose has been a winner in the past, and he's going to be a man to watch in this race as well, I suspect. He started from pole twice, both for race 2, and Jose Rodriguez then lining himself up ready for this final battle of the weekend, although Ryan Smith has got another race still to come for the Mittelrhein Cup, which is this mixture of the British and the Dutch. But to concentrate on the Europeans, you'll see there are quite a few gaps on the grid, in fact, looking towards the back, but I think Ryan Smith is there. One question mark might be over Norbert Kisch's truck, because that had an engine problem in the earlier race, but I'm assured he's going to be on the grid. So we might have to do a little bit of counting when they set off on their warming up lap. No, there is Norbert Kish. Behind him is Louis Terefquenko, who had a lot of front damage. He spun and clipped Ollie Jane's truck as he went past. Frankie Wojciech's missing, I notice. So not quite sure why that is. Let's try and find out as we get ready for this last race of the day.
They were working on it there in the paddock when I was down there just a moment ago.
Okay, so Ryan Smith is there at the back of the grid, I'm told.
Yeah. And Norbert Kiss, there was nobody working on that, so one assumes they sorted that problem before he came out here.
Now, Frankie Wojciech had problems on the grid this morning, didn't he, for the
Yeah,
third race?
starting,
I wonder whether it's a legacy of that. Grid girls are there with the numbers of the trucks in position. The race officials and the teams will start to leave the grid very shortly.
And Adam has got a whole new front on his truck, whole new bonnet.
Adam Latchko, yeah, because he got involved in a big drama on the first lap, didn't he?
Yeah.
So we're going to put Ryan Smith to the back of the grid for the purposes of this and see how he gets on from there. It's going to be interesting to watch. There's the pole man, Anthony Janiek, who's been a little bit understated this weekend. He doesn't do every European round. He drops in and out. He's a regular in the French Championship, runner-up in the French Formula 3 Championship back in the mid-noughties, and moved to truck racing in 07. He's had a 12th, a 7th and an 8th this weekend. So let's see what he can do here.
And there's his colleague, young Teo, number 20, towards the rear there. Yeah, look, Ryan Smith, 88, at the rear.
Yep, indeed. So because of this brake problem, he starts out of position, just in case there's any problem, and he's going to go from the back. It is a clutch problem for Frankie Wojciech, and he's missing from the grid. So Ryan Smith starts last of all, on safety grounds, and as a personal choice, it's not a penalty. Yeah, Teo Calve has had 3 15th places across the weekend. He's been 15th in every race, so fingers crossed he might go better than that this time. But the 16, now 17-year-old, started as a 16-year-old, won at Nogaro last year in the French Championship, moving up into the big league this year.
Yeah.
Dad was a French truck racer and winner.
Yeah. And Steffi Ham is in front of Ryan Smith now. So she's got the Charger coming up behind her.
And she's not going to be hanging about either, is she?
No.
Jose Rodriguez truck there at the front of the grid, ever-improving driver. Occasional touring car racer as well, Jose Rodriguez.
Oh, right. That's
Take part in the occasional TCR race or Iberian touring car event. And Jochen Hahn will go from 8th this time around.
yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how he does.
He was given a reprimand, incidentally, for the incident we didn't see, but in the first race there was contact between Hahn and Albacete.
Yeah.
And although the result stood,
Yeah.
he was given a finger wagging by the officials.
Ooh.
So the countdown is underway. We've had the 5-minute ball. The grid is now cleared. The music is ramped up. The grid girls totter their way to the pit lane. And then we will be in business very shortly indeed for this final race of the weekend for the FIA European Truck Racing Championship. Next stop, Slovakia Ring in a fortnight's time. But for now, the teams are all concentrating on this last 13-lap race of the weekend. And quite often, the last race with a semi-reversed grid and a fortnight's repair time tends to be a little on the bruising side.
Certainly would be. Now there's a lineup.
So you walk past the trucks of Antonio Albacete and Jochen Hahn. Sasha Lentz, and no Ryan Smith there, but he is on the grid. And then the next row behind will be the Brit Shane Brereton, who's had 3 out of 3 in the Grammar Cup this weekend. Really good effort.
He's had a good weekend.
And he's taken to this very effectively indeed. He's come from oval racing in the UK, Shane, and then occasional pickup races, bit of ASCAR.
Yeah.
Then you've got Eduardo Rodriguez, and alongside him is going to be Teo Calve a little bit further back. Frankie Wojciech missing then, so the clutch problem, unless he can start from the pit lane, I'm not aware that there's anybody at the end of the pit road. No, I think he's going to be a non-starter altogether, which is poor reward after the effort put in to rebuild the truck after that fire in Massano.
Yeah.
The man filter girls wave goodbye.
Goodbye.
And so the grid now starts to empty. We've had the 3-minute board. It's, of course, the pace lap behind the pace truck. And then we will be good to go racing. So Ryan Smith with a potential brake drama. What progress can he make? I suppose in a sense that the path might be eased for him because Steffi Halm will be doing the overtaking. And if he latches onto the back, there should be a gap to go through, shouldn't there?
Yep.
So race 4 here at the Nürburgring is ready to go. Pole position by dint of being 8th on corrected times in race 1, Anthony Janiek, and then Jose Rodriguez will line up alongside him. The Lion Truck Racing Team entry on pole position here, the MAN.
I was talking to a couple of the teams, and we were talking earlier about this trucks being how close they are to standard. And there are a lot of standard parts, maybe not off that model of truck, but the brake discs and pads are absolutely just production.
Really?
They're just production. The only difference is the amount of ducting and the water killing that they have. So I was quite surprised at that.
Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so you've now got grass skirts and necklaces for the cooler impression down at the chicane.
And white gloves.
And white gloves, just to go with the image.
The whole ensemble.
Beautifully done. Right then, we wait for the 1-minute board. The race director, Tony Eden, back into race control, where he will now oversee proceedings and, in due course, wave everything away on his instruction. The pace truck will set off. The 1-minute board, its lights will start to flash, I think, and then we will get set. It's an impressive spectacle, the European Truck Racing Championship, both on track and off, and here, the biggest event of the season. So, are we set to go then? It's a very important event for Nürburgring and for the ADAC in this area, and a lot of money is spent to make this a great weekend. So, the 1-minute board is shown. The lights flash on the pace truck. And so, any moment, we will release the field and go into business. Anthony Janiek will be on pole position alongside Jose Rodriguez, the 2nd row of the grid there. Gert Kurber and Andre Kurzim, the 3rd row. Adam Lachko, René Reiner, the 4th row. The semi-reversed part of the grid, Antonio Albacete and Jochen Hahn, who has now won 5 out of 11 races this season and leads the championship on 130 points to the 86 of Adam Lachko, because after dramas for Norbert Kish and Steffi Halm, neither of whom finished race 3 of the weekend here, Lachko has now vaulted up ahead of them into 2nd. Kish 3 points behind him 3rd. He's 1 point up on Steffi Halm, and they're being caught also now by Antonio Albacete, who is in 5th, and Sasha Lentz currently in 6th. As everybody gets going then for this final warming up lap. 117,500 people is the official crowd figure for the 3 days here at the ADAC Truck Grand Prix. So, as ever, it has been a very popular, very successful weekend, and we're not done with the action just yet. There is Ryan Smith. Fair play to Recuento's team for rebuilding that, because it looked immaculate, but it looked far from earlier.
Yeah.
So down they turn, out of turn 1 at the Mercedes Arena and up towards the complex that brings them through 2, 3 and 4, and then the short straight down to the hairpin. All the trucks governed to 160 miles an hour, so that's why it's the short circuit and tight corners just to keep down the average speed.
Yeah, because 5 tons at 100 miles an hour is a hell of a lot of energy.
It's enough, isn't it? It's certainly enough.
I watched a video the other day of Shane Brereton at Pembrey as he went through the barriers, through the mound and into the field. Just
when they go, they go.
Scary.
And that's why you'll see at certain places around here and other circuits, marshals have to be a lot further back than they do for car racing or bike racing. They're much, much further away. There is Shane Brereton, regular in the British but mainly in the European Championships these days, and the pace truck setting off. Everybody else closes that gap down. Ryan Smith then to the back of the grid. 1 to watch. Steffi Halm just ahead of him. Another 1 to watch in 13 laps of drama here. So is it going to be a 4th different winner out of the 4 races? Let's see. Every other event this year, and we've had Misano and the Hungaroring, has had a double winner. There is Ryan Smith. It's interesting that he's decided to start from the outside of the back row, not the inside. I'm not sure whether that matters at all, but he's starting from the very, very last position and on the outside of the grid as well.
Maybe he's...
Ooh, sorry, a bit of smoke out of Rodriguez's truck there as he just came into shot all of a sudden. Slightly odd.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking Steffi Ham's going to go for some overtaking, and she might create a vacuum that he can punch into and get some momentum.
Yeah, very true. She'll do the hard yards, won't she? So the last win for Anthony Janiak, Harama in 2016. Can he add to that here as they come now into the chicane? So Janiak versus Jose Rodriguez on the front row of the grid. Janiak, ex-single-seater Formula 3 Formula Renault racer. Jose Rodriguez started off in 1990 in trucks, made his debut in this championship back in 2010, and in 2016 his father and his son all race. So the first time 3 generations of a family had been in not only the European Truck Racing Championship but actually any FIA series. Wow. And took a first win at the Red Bull Ring last season.
We're heading round the Jaguar curves into the paddock straight.
And the pace truck peels in, and so this last FIA European Truck Racing Championship battle of the weekend is set to get underway. 13 laps in prospect, the lights are red, they go to green. Now it's go, and a good start made by Andre Kurzim, look, who dives out of the draft on the outside line. Look at Lachko switching sides. Lachko comes barreling up alongside Kurzim. To the inside line goes Gert Korber. Janiak in the yellow MAN on the inside line, doesn't know from whom to defend as they break for turn 1. Rodriguez gets ahead of him on the outside line, breaks hard, turns in. Lachko trying to go around the outside of Kurzim. Rodriguez goes wide, and it's Janiak who comes out ahead. Rodriguez has been elbowed way back in the pack as Korber goes second. Lachko up the inside of Kurzim, up the inside of Reinert, and they all meet in the middle. That means that as they come out of the corner, Reinert gets forced out wide. Lachko goes third. Reinert in the blue rig is fourth, but only just. Lentz comes charging up round the outside. Hahn is stuck behind Albafati. Rodriguez is up on the inside on the curbs, and that gets you to turn 4. They're all still going, and it's Janiak somehow who's kept the lead.
Yeah, and Gert's pushing him. Adams made a brilliant start, hasn't he?
And Irving Klein-Nagelvoort way off in the background as Lentz has a go up the inside of the René Reiner MAN through the hairpin. But yeah, Lachko really got a storming getaway, switched sides very quickly, and gained places again on the inside line through turn 2 as they slide their way out of the hairpin. Jochen Hahn looking to make progress. Here he comes up against Albafetti. No way through there.
No. Kicking up the dust.
And a bit sideways is Rodriguez. Gets it one way, gets it the other. He's gone backwards, hasn't he, after being elbowed out wide at turn 1.
Yeah.
So it is Anthony Janiak ahead of Gert Korber, who today with a decent windscreen might be able to see where he's going. There's another one running very wide in the background. That was Theo Calve, I reckon.
Yeah.
So to the chicane for the first time of asking, and it is Janiak in the lead. In second place is Korber. Third is Lachko, who could be on for a win here.
Yeah, he's powering over.
Kurzim is fourth.
Different man after lunch.
Absolutely right. Yes, it clearly gave him some more BHP. Into Jaguar curve they come, and at the end of lap 1, there's lots going through the dust. There's others going up on the curb. They cough and splutter, and into the Jaguar curve. 1 lap in the book, Janiak will lead the way, but Gert Korber pulls out. But look at the pace of Lachko behind them because he's only 7/10 back.
Yeah.
4th is Andre Kurzim. 5th over the line is Lentz. 6th is Reinert. 7th is Albafetti. 8th is Hahn. Here comes Reinert as the leaders go down towards turn 1 into the Mercedes arena. René Reiner lines up to have a go, and there, look, on the outside line, Janiak keeps the lead, but look at Lachko, he's nearly with them.
Yes. And where's Ryan Smith? Oh, there he is.
13th.
13th.
Steffi Helm is 12th. They're coming through as one. Hahn round the outside of Albafetti.
Can he make it stick? Can he make it stick?
Runs out of road.
Runs out of road. Oh, no, he's still going. No.
The plan being to try and box in Albafetti behind Ryan, and here comes Hahn up the inside of turn 4, he's going to go for it! They nearly lead. Remember, Hahn had a reprimand early on, but Albafetti gets forced out wide, and Jochen Hahn tries to pounce at the hairpin. This could end in tears yet.
Yes.
He's up the curb, he's got Shane Brereton behind him. It's all going on, isn't it?
It's all going on. This is the last race, boys.
So they've got bags of repair time, 2 weeks worth effectively. There you've got René Reiner ahead of Albafetti, Hahn, Brereton, Rodriguez Jr. Thomas Robineau in number 21 looking for a way by because he wants to go after Brereton for Grandma Cup honours. Up front, it's Janiak that leads the way. Gert Korber is second, and Adam Lachko surprisingly has not yet caught them.
No.
There goes Reiner, now with Albafetti right up behind him as they head up towards the chicane.
And hand behind them.
Indeed so, as over the curb comes Gert Korber, and there's going to be a very popular win if he does it for the home crowd here.
Oh, absolutely.
He retired from the sport full-time at the end of last year, but he's back for his home race, and he's up the inside of Janek, and he's up the curb as well. Here comes Hahn on Albafetti. Still can't find a way by. Rodriguez looks for a way up the inside of Shane Brereton. Steffi Halm next in the queue, taking Ryan Smith along. And we've got our first penalty of the race, and it's Stefan Faas, number 24, for overspeeding.
Ooh.
So the fastest lap has just been done by Sasha Lentz. It is Janek that leads, and now Lachko is right onto the back of Korber for second place. The leaders, the three of them, covered by 0.9 of a second. Here they are.
In turn 1. Lachko's coming up behind Gert. And, oh. Nope. No movement there. Janek still in front.
So Janek leading the way. Second and closing is Korber, and he's right onto the back at turn 3. There's Lachko, look, taking Curzon with him. Sasha Lentz might be a danger in this because he's going really strongly there in the yellow rig 5th.
There's Albacete and Hahn and Rennie.
And everybody. That's your line for 6th. It's everybody else nearly.
There's Ryan Smith.
Right, Halm 12th, Smith still 13th. And down they come once again in towards the hairpin. So 77 is René Reiner, just ahead of Shane Brereton, the national hot rod racer turned trucker. And look at Lachko now breathing down the neck of Gert Korber, who's almost pushing Janek along to the Bilstein curve now. Something's got to give here, surely.
Something's got to give, yeah. You can't keep that pace up, not with these trucks.
So down they come towards the Ad Van Berg, and in fact the one that's looking ever more menacing in 4th is Curzon, because he's hacking away at Lachko's advantage. So it's now 4 for the race lead. Their 5th is Lentz. 6th is Albafetti, 7th is Hahn. They've dropped Reiner, who's being under attack now from Shane Brereton,
and
who dives up the inside. That was bold stuff, and Reiner gets forced out wide over the dirt, over the gravel.
They're coming up to the chicane. Is he far enough forward?
Go on, Shane, break as late as you dare. Reiner stays ahead on the tighter inside line, but that was brave stuff by Shane Brereton, and he's going to force Reiner out wide again. Rodriguez now at the inside in 14, and he gets alongside the Brit, the Portuguese driver. Jose Rodriguez will go through. Yes, he does it. Great stuff.
And Hahn is trying to get through behind Rodriguez.
Yeah, Steffi Halm joining in, and she's taking Ryan Smith with her. The 3 leaders go by. This is the battle pack now for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. They all come pouring over the line.
And Ryan Smith's gone down the pit wall, but can't make it stick.
Oh, drama at turn 1. That was Janek getting hit by Korber. Korber's out in the gravel, and he's got broken suspension, has he? The wheel looked a little bit wobbly. He might be okay, but this is now Lachko against Janek, and Andre Curzon has bought into it round the outside line. Big drama. Curzon goes second, or tries to, on the outside. Lachko says, oh no, you don't, Andre.
Shut the door.
Indeed so, but Janek then under attack, but it all kicked off at turn 1. And has Gert Korber survived? No, he's not. He's in strife there. Look, he's parked on the grass.
Yeah, parked on the grass.
So, the drama continues here at the Nürburgring, as into the hairpin will go the race leaders. Janek leading, but will he lead on the exit? Yes, he will. Lachko is second, and Andre Curzon having the race of the season as far as he is concerned.
Yeah.
He's third in this, for him, new team, the Don't Touch Racing squad. It's owned by Sven Walter, and the Iveco that he drives, double winner in the past, is Curzon. There, look, Steffi Halm charging up the order with Ryan Smith behind.
Right behind her, yeah.
There's a lot that can yet shake out of this. And Anthony Janek leads Lachko. Curzon is third, Lentz 4th, Albafetti 5th, and Hahn 6th. They're all bunching up as well.
Yeah, we've got the leaders, and then we've got the rest of the pack, with Hahn leading the rest of the pack. We have a replay of that instant at turn 1, and it's everyone gets scattered, and gets way into the kitty litter, and that wheel does look a very odd angle.
I just wonder whether it was Lachko that got into Korber, or whether Korber had already got into Janek, because Janek was all crossed up as well. So I think it was possibly all 3 of them in the wrong place at the wrong time, but Janek has somehow kept the race lead. Now we have got Theo Calve given a penalty for overspeeding.
Oh.
So that's going to hurt him. He was in 16th place anyway, as there over the line goes Lentz, taking Albafetti and Hahn with him. So you've got this second trio closing on the 3 leaders. We could end up with a 6-way battle for honours soon.
Yeah, and not very long to wait for that battle.
Janek leading still. Lachko, reigning champion, winner of all 3 races here last season, comes into turn 2.
And this is his most competitive drive this weekend.
Definitely. And it shows, doesn't it? Like he's all fired up all of a sudden.
Yeah. Maybe the new bonnet helped.
Now Lentz is coming under attack.
Yeah.
René Reinert, after being roughed up early on, has fallen back into 13th place. Kish is up to 12th, so there's another wave of drivers trying to charge their way through. But René Reinert, remember, we saw him going off the road. Here comes Albafetti up the inside of Lentz. Can't do it.
No. And Hahn sticking to the coattails of Albacete.
Yeah, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
So Lentz is under attack from both of them now. Albafetti on one side. Here comes Hahn up the inside of the Spaniard. Is he going to go through? Let's see as they come back into view. They're absolutely side by side.
Whoa.
Albafetti will be on the inside line for Bilstein, and he keeps the place.
Shuts the door on Hahn. Wow, this is exciting stuff, isn't it?
These reverse grid races are great value.
Yeah, Steffi Hahn hits the bollard. René nearly hits it as well. Track limits. And we're coming up to the chicane. And Janek still in the lead.
There's somebody very smoky in the background we caught a glimpse of there in that sort of third group now. And another penalty is going to Steffi Halm for overspeeding.
Oh.
So Steffi Halm overspeeds. 10-second penalty.
Oh,
She's in the background looking 7th place on the road, but set to drop.
Yeah, and Ryan Smith immediately behind her.
So he will gain out of all of that. And of course, we'll add the penalties on at the end of the race, and it will all shuffle again. So here they come, these two trios. Janiek, Lachko, Kurzim the first. Lentz, Albafetti, Hahn the second. They need to work together and try and get up with the race leaders, don't they?
And Albacetti's pushing down the inside of Janek into the... no, Lentz into the corner.
And Lachko does clip Janiek this time. Janiek goes wide. Albafetti is ahead of Lentz. Here comes Hahn. It's almost 3 wide for the lead and a shuffle for 4th. Albafetti goes ahead. Hahn goes round the outside. Lentz pushed down to 6th place.
Whoa.
And there's a yellow flag waving coming out of turn 2.
But a green one flying there.
That's for Get Corber's stationary rig, I'm guessing.
Yeah, must be.
So Albafetti on the move. Hahn taking Smith with her, 7th and 8th. And another penalty going for Stefan Faust. That's, I think, his second for overspeeding.
That's his second. Oh, right.
There are the leaders into the hairpin. Lachko has lost out now. Look to Andre Kurzim. We've had that change for 2nd place. So Andre Kurzim now takes the fight to Anthony Janiek. The 2 yellow perils, different teams.
Yeah.
1st and 2nd. MAN versus Iveco.
Poof.
There's the Halm-Smith battle. Jose Rodriguez down in 8th place now after his front row
Norbert
start.
Kiss not making an impression.
Well, he's up to 10th, I suppose, from the penultimate row, but he's now peaked a little bit. He's rather plateaued in the quest to get up onto terms with the rest of them as the long, long line of leading rigs comes out of the Ad Van Bergen. Plunge downhill here. And it's still Janiek in the lead. We are only on lap 6, and a lot has happened so far, and Lachko is trying to fight back, and he can see Albafetti looming in his mirrors now, so Adam realises he's got to get on with this.
Yeah. And he's on the tail of Kurzim.
So the 2 cab-overs ahead of the bonneted truck in towards the Jaguar curve they come. Janiek leading the way. Just. Kurzim second. Just. Driving standards flag now for clipping a penalty marker. Jose Rodriguez over the line 3rd is Lachko, but have a look at the lap times because quicker than anybody ahead of him is Albafetti. Antonio Albafetti now lapping in the 56s, quicker than the 3 leaders. It's game on now to see if he can get onto the podium.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a challenge.
Lachko up the inside there of Kurzim, who chops across and keeps the place, but look at the way Albafetti and Hahn are closing up all the time now. We've got 5, almost 6 for the lead. Lentz is dropping into the clutches of Halm and Smith. Ryan Smith getting a penalty marker, driving standards flag now.
And Curzin clipped Andy Lachko. So his new front bumper's got damage on it already.
There's René Reinert ahead of Stefan Faust. Reinert is in 13th place. Stefan Faust keeping Theo Calve at bay. Calve, guess where he is? 15th again. But this time he'll get a penalty to drop him further down. I was hoping it'd be going up the order, not down for Theo Calve.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But you never know. There might be 1 or 2 non-finishers yet.
Yeah.
There's Norby Kish. There is Shane Brereton. Now look at this, side by side for the lead of the Grammar Cup here. This is for honours, and it's Brereton versus the French driver Robineau. Shane Brereton trying to make it 4 out of 4 as Lentz keeps Steffi Halm at bay, but only just goes a little bit wide. This is for 6th place, remember? And look at the leading quintet then. Albafetti trying to catch Lachko, but taking Hahn with him. Brilliant racing we've had all weekend.
No, it's just they just keep turning the knob up, don't they?
Exactly right. And at this level, every place matters. You get points in the top 10. It's reduced the top 10 the way it's distributed in races 2 and 4 because of the semi-reverse grid. So it's 10 for a win, not 20. But you still need to score. You need to bank the points. And Gignac leads Curzim. Lachko is third. Lachko looming against Andre Curzim.
But then Albacete and Hahn are immediately behind them. And there's Ryan Smith following Lentz. Oh, he's making a move on Lentz. Can he make it stick?
So Curzim, the German driver, looks to the inside line, gets a face full of the Lion Truck Racing team, MAN. Lachko again squeezes as best he can to the inside, but he's got Albacete and Hahn right with him. If Gignac can hang on to this, it will be the race of his life, because he's got 5 of them behind him, 3 of whom are champions.
Yeah.
There's Lentz, who's dropped back behind Ryan Smith. Look. So here come the race leaders once again. Anthony Gignac may not have the quickest truck in the world, but he's got the widest. He's managing to keep them all at bay, isn't he? Here they come to the hairpin. You get the feeling that if finally anybody can try and force that cork out of the bottle, everybody will come steaming past it. So Gignac has got to keep his cool and keep the lead.
Keep the lead, yeah. Lachko having a look there.
Sideways is Curzim, so that's going to give Lachko an opportunity.
Yeah.
Into the Ravenol curve they come. The MAN of Albacete is 23. Number 2 is the Iveco of Jochen Hahn. It was here that they rubbed in the first race, so Jochen is going to be mindful of that. He got the win, but he got a reprimand to go with it. As now, look, Gignac, he's trying to get away by a length or so.
Yeah.
Hahn pulls to the inside line. The vastly experienced German driver turns into the Ad Van Bogen, still in 5th spot. 6th behind him is Helm. 7th is Smith. Up to the chicane. We're on lap 8 into the second half of the race, and a drive-through penalty for Jose Rodriguez now.
Oh.
A drive-through for 14, Jose Rodriguez.
Yeah, he'd kind of got off the pace as well, hadn't he?
Yeah. There's another penalty for overspeeding for Calvé, and here are the race leaders all up towards the Jaguar curve. Anthony Gignac then, who's not really seen much of the front of the circuit, I guess. He's not looking out of the windscreen, more the mirror, because he's got everybody else bearing down on him.
Yeah.
Comes over the line again.
Albacete maybe challenging Adam Lachko. If he can keep that inside line.
And into turn 1 they go. Lachko dropping back a little bit now because he's got to think about defending. And actually, Lachko's strength seems to be in the corners, not in a straight line, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does.
Steffi Helm's joined the party now. It's 6 for the lead. There's a drive-through also for Robineau coming into the pit lane. So Thomas Robineau has been given a penalty marker drive-through. And there, very sideways is Curzim into the back of Gignac and does damage. More bits drop. Andre Curzim is throwing everything at this. Thomas Robineau has just rejoined after his drive-through. Shane Brereton is still looking for a clean sweep in the Grammar Cup, and it's 6 for the race lead. But amazingly, Anthony Gignac is still there, still stuck in the lead.
Stuck.
Sponge-like, soaking up all of this pressure.
Yeah, that's incredible to be able to react to that pressure in that way. Look in your mirrors and seeing all these superb drivers behind you.
Yeah, because these aren't dummies, are they?
No.
Curzim's a race winner. Lachko's a champion. Albacete's a champion. Hahn is a champion. Helm is a race winner. Ryan Smith is a British champion. So there you are, the leading 7 in the race on the track, because I know there are 1 or 2 penalties floating, but the leading 7 are all in a line as they come now up towards the chicane. Lachko's truck looking a bit dogged, so he had a go at Gignac and failed. Now it's Curzim's chance. Albacete running in 4th place. Hahn, Helm, Smith. That's the order. Out of the chicane they come. Back steps out of line. Back on the power. 8th is Sacha Lentz. He's trying to play catch-up again as well.
Yeah.
The man filter back truck there in the green and yellow colours. Look at this battle pack for the race lead then. Take a big deep breath, and here they come over the line. Gignac leads. Curzim pulls out to have a look. Albacete thinks about defending from Hahn and attacking Lachko. And we start lap 10. Curzim is running out of laps. Gignac down towards turn 1. The French driver ahead. Lachko defending from Albacete. And surprisingly this time, nobody really tries to force the issue.
No. All very gentlemanly and very polite. Oh, he's right on the bumper. Curzim with Gignac.
So Curzim looking for a way by still. Lap 10 we work here at the Nürburgring. It's race 4 of the weekend in the FIA European Truck Racing Championship. and we could have our 4th different winner of the weekend, because the best thus far that Janiek has had is a 7th. The best that Kurzim has had 2 5th places. The best that Adam Lachko has had has been a 3rd. And then the man in 4th place, Albafetti, is the 1st of the weekend's winners. So if anybody in the top 3 at the moment squeezes into the lead and wins the race, they'll make it 4 fresh winners from 4 races.
Which is just unbelievable.
It is, and it's ideal to show how competitive the championship is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ryan Smith has got another race yet. He's got the British Championship finale still to come.
Yeah.
From 8th on the grid, so he's got a bit more work to be doing, but here they come, downhill. Janiek leading the way, but only just. Kurzim is mounting another challenge, isn't he? He's closed right up again.
Yeah.
Through the Ad Van Bogen, up to the chicane now.
There's nothing in it.
And you wonder who's going to be the first one to break ranks and really start to force this. It might be starting the last lap, and then who's it going to be? Adam Lachko might be the forceful one. They don't need the result for anything other than the points, so it's worth forcing the issue.
Yeah.
They don't need it for a grid. There is Sasha Lentz still chasing along behind them in 8th position, but not quite getting up with them.
No, his slight drifting and slides don't help the speed.
You're right, as now Hahn comes up to attack Albafetti. On the outside line is Lachko, who just seems to give away a few horses in a straight line.
Yeah.
And Kurzim not quite able to stay with Janiek either as they come down now towards turn 1. Ryan Smith at the back of this queue, and Lachko makes a look on the inside line again, but by the time he gets there, it's too late because he's got to brake and turn in.
Yeah, yeah.
He loses out in a straight line, seemingly, lap after lap after lap. Albafetti 4th, Hahn is 5th, 6th is Halm, 7th is Ryan Smith. There is Shane Brereton, who is on target for 4 from 4 in the Grammar Cup.
And René Reinhardt.
And I understand that Brereton and Robino are under investigation for an earlier incident.
Oh.
So that might go against Shane Brereton.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of damage on the front right corner, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. And this train just keeps moving on.
The convoy charges out of the hairpin. And there you've got number 6, which is the Anthony Janiek rig ahead. Jose Rodriguez being given his drive-through penalty still for track marker abuse, and Jochen Hahn getting himself onto the back of those ahead as they drop downhill. Now Kurzim is wide, and that is Stefan Faas off the road. That's at the hairpin.
Yeah.
He will rejoin.
Well, at least he's managed to stop without hitting anything, but lost some places. And he's up the back of the Spaniard. And here we have the leaders again. Heading up the hill. Still the same order, although Ryan Smith is thinking about putting a challenge on. Down the paddock straight. Albacete is looking for a possible move on Adam, but doesn't have the grunt.
But he's also covering off any move by Hahn, isn't he?
Yeah.
So that now puts 11 laps in the book, and it means we've got 2 to go here at the Nürburgring, and it's side by side for the lead. Kurzim on the outside line.
Yeah.
Can he stay there? No, he can't. He has to slot back in. So wide into 2 might be a tighter line through the corner. That's what he's looking for. He wants to get the undercut. There is the Halm-Smith battle. And looking into the distance, round of the window, I can see Lachko crawling all over the back of Kurzim. Here's the evidence of it. He goes to the outside line. Still no chance.
No chance. We should have that Chris Christopherson music in the background here, shouldn't we?
You're right. Now, if Andre Kurzim can find a way through, it will be a great effort. But Ryan Smith then up from the rear of the grid. A good job to be 7th. Steffi Halm, penultimate row to be 6th. Great driving by both of them, but now they've got a bit stuck because it's hard to get past us there. Look, Robin, who gets ahead of Klein Nagelvoort. Yes, it was.
Yeah, Klein Nagelvoort, yeah.
1 more lap to go at the end of this. Another penalty marker, driving standards flag for Ryan Smith.
Ooh.
Jose Rodriguez has taken his drive through. Here come the leaders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, all in a line. Sasha Lentz is the one in the background as there, look, Jochen Hahn again pulls out to look at Albafetti and also to deter Steffi Halm from having a go at him.
Yeah. And Ryan Smith can only look on from the back, unfortunately.
Indeed so, but we're going to come through to start the last lap then this time, and surely if anything is going to kick off amongst them, it's going to be now, because you're running out of time, running out of options. So now it's time to get your elbows out. The dust is settling on the exit of the chicane. The fans are the ones coughing and spluttering. The drivers are focused on what's going on around them.
Absolutely.
So here we come. Kurzim has got to try and hustle up the inside, down towards turn 1.
He's had a look. So is Albacete.
Yeah, Lachko's there in third, and Lachko potentially will lose out again in a straight line look. So Kurzim also not able to stay on the back of Janiak. Will have to brake very, very late. He's tried the inside, he's tried the outside. Here comes Lachko to the outside line. Kurzim's a bit stuck now. He can't go to the outside of Janiak, can he? And the top 3 all get themselves back into formation.
Yeah.
Into turn 2 now.
Lentz could be catching them up.
Well, if Smith can't get through the traffic, if Hahn, Albacete, Lachko and Kurzim can't gain places, I don't reckon that Lentz is going to be more successful, but you're right, he might join in the party.
There might be an 8th convoy then.
Indeed. So we are out of turn 4 into the hairpin. And it's still Janiak in the lead. Kurzim is running out of options. So is Lachko. Albacete 4th. And of course, Lachko ahead of Hahn is good for the championship here for him.
Yeah.
Tio Calve, a 3rd over-speeding penalty, incidentally.
Oh.
It's going to drop him to way, way down as Kurzim is all sideways.
Oh.
That gives Lachko a chance to just breathe up onto the back of him a little bit more. So half a lap remaining. Has now Anthony Janiak done enough? What do you think?
It's difficult to see him making a mistake now.
He's got so close to this, hasn't he? And so Anthony Janiak, who was a winner 2 years ago at Harama, that's Kurba's truck already parked, and Louis Rafenko joins him.
Yeah.
So up they come to the chicane for the last time. Anthony Janiak from Harama 2016 to Nürburgring 2018. It's been a long time between wins, but can he survive for one more corner and then the run up to the line? Kurzim has got one last chance, which is here. Can he charge up the inside line? Janiak blocks him off, comes into the corner. Lachko goes a little bit wide, but wide in is tight out. Now it's this cavalry charge up to the line. Anthony Janiak is the man in charge. Checkered flag at the ready. And Anthony Janiak wins at the Nürburgring. 2nd across the timing line is just Kurzim, ahead of Lachko. Albacete 4th ahead of Hahn, Halm and Smith. And then we'll put the penalties on and shuffle it about a bit. Yeah. Next through is Lentz to be 8th. Norbert Kish, another subdued race in 9th.
Yeah. And Shane Breton coming through from the Jaguar curves down the straight, take the flag.
And he will take 10th on the road, 11th to René Reiner, as Andre Kurzim will go and celebrate, shed some bodywork in the process.
Yeah.
But he gets a great reception from the fans, the young German driver, who threw everything at that, didn't he? Jochen Hans arrived on the scene to play as well.
Yeah, and Lentz.
So it's all the home drivers, this.
Yeah.
Quite right too. The fans want this.
Yeah, the fans want. They love it. Yeah.
Norbert Kish is going to join in as well on the other side of the Mercedes arena, in front of the Mercedes guests. So Anthony Janiak, the winner from Andre Kurzim and Adam Lachko. Another all-action race, and fair play to Janiak for holding them all off.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Norbert Kish, by the way, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Just demonstrates how much torque these cars have, these trucks.
Sasha Lentz has done, and he might have broken something now.
He might have broken something.
Oh dear. So he did the donuts, or tried to, but he's got a problem now.
Oh. At least he's over the black and white finishing line, so it doesn't.
That's the main thing.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. Well done, Anthony Janiak. Brilliant drive there. And Steffi Halm drops to 8th after the penalty, and Ryan Smith to 9th after his overspeeding penalty. There is Sasha Lentz. He's got it.
Oh, he's got it going again. Maybe he was checking how much tread he had left on the rear tyres to see how many donuts he could do.
Yeah, whether they're worth keeping or getting rid of. Well done, that man. So, Janiak, Kurzim, Lachko for the podium, Albacete 4th, Hahn 5th, Lentz 6th, Norby Kish up to 7th, Steffi Halm down to 8th, Ryan Smith 9th, and Shane Britton 10th when you put the penalties on, and that's the corrected race order.
And he's doing these donuts so slowly. Look at that.
Well-cooked donuts.
Yeah.
The smokiest were served up by Norbert Kish, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
But Sasha Lentz gets a good reception for that.
Yeah, huge roar from the crowd. And what an action-packed race that was.
Absolutely right. Wonderful stuff.
But they should queue up the Chris Christopherson convoy music for the next one they have like this.
There's probably a generation watching this that don't remember the movie.
Yeah, probably weren't born when the movie came out.
It was in colour, everybody, I just should point out. So there is Sasha Lentz, who's had a busy weekend, but fair play to him. 6th position in that race.
Oh, he's still at it.
Yes.
Maybe not. Maybe give it a rest now.
Not sure. He nearly collected Requenco's truck. I'm not sure that was totally deliberate.
No.
But 6th in race 4 is best of the weekend, and he gets a great reception on his way round to the pit lane. Of course, the Lentz family, integral to German truck racing. Dad is still a hero.
Yeah.
And
yeah, there's the whole fan,
yeah.
the whole fan club there, yeah. Well, maybe not the whole fan club, but a big contingent. And he's drifting around the whole track. Look at the back wheels jumping under the torque and stress he's putting them under.
Well, there's Anthony Janiek's winning truck.
Yeah.
Brilliant drive, that.
Brilliant,
really was good. It's a shame we don't see more of Anthony in the championship full time. He does as much as he can. But that was a great, great drive.
Yeah. Good defence, good lines, good speed, good cornering. Oh, some damage on the back.
So Anthony Janiek wanders through Parc Fermé, and shortly we'll head to the fan village. Embraces the team to say thank you and well done. And there is the podium. Look in the background, that will be made ready very shortly for our race 4 winner. As we look at the highlights that began with Anthony Janiek from pole position, Jose Rodriguez alongside him, but he would soon lose out at the first corner because he rather got elbowed out wide. There was Gert Korber in the mix as well, and Andre Kurzim on the outside. Adam Lachko had made a demon start, went from the outside of the road. Rodriguez got roughed up and fell down the order as they went through the Ravenel curve for the first time at the chicane. There was plenty of dust still to settle, and Hahn came up to attack Alberthetti as they made their run into the Mercedes arena. So it was Gert Korber chasing after Anthony Janiek, and as they powered their way up through the chicane, Shane Brereton was busy battling. The first bit of contact saw Gert Korber go out wide at turn 1, having clipped the back of Janiek's truck, and it did for the front right corner. Andre Kurzim was working his way up the order, and so too Sasha Lentz, but then Lentz got mugged by Alberthetti and Hahn, and he fell back. Kurzim got ahead of Lachko, and then spent the second half of the race trying to find a way up past the race leader. But no matter what he did, no matter how sideways or how pushy he got, Anthony Janiek was able to defeat Andre Kurzim and keep him at bay.
Yeah.
Two of them running together as they came out of the chicane. Jochen Hahn fending off the challenge of Steffi Hallman-Ryan Smith, both with penalties. We lost Stefan Fast off the road at the hairpin, but he was able to get back onto the circuit as the leading 4 became 5, became 6, became 7. The line grew ever longer, and Anthony Janiek wriggled his way through the chicane on target for a first win since the back end of 2016, which was also a reverse grid race. Lachko was still attacking Kurzim for second place, but as they came up to the checkered flag, it was a race win for Anthony Janiek, and Janiek the winner by just 0.4 of a second after 13 laps of pressure.
0.4 of a second, that's just incredible. Oh,
and then the donuts came.
Kurzim doing his donuts, losing his front bumper, what was left of it from the contact with Janiek.
Janiek being interviewed for the highlights coverage of the championship. Great big cheer for Andre Kurzim. That's his best result of the season, I think I'm right in saying, Andre.
I think you're right.
So it's the, best result. First time he's been on the podium all season, so an excellent result for Andre Kurzim. Last year he was part of the Tank Pool 24 team with Norbert Kisch, and if anybody had the bad luck, it was him. He was either involved in somebody else's accident or his truck would be unreliable. And it's probably been a very good move to go elsewhere for this season, and now the results are starting to come. So well done, Andre Kurzim, moving from Mercedes to Iveco.
Yeah.
And so we'll get the drivers to the podium shortly.
And now it's a job of clearing up.
Confirmation of the results after the penalties put into this. So Anthony Janiek, the winner. Andre Kurzim second, Adam Lachko third. Fourth, Antonio Albacete from Jochen Hahn and Sasha Lentz. Norbert Kish up to seventh at the expense of Steffi Halm and Ryan Smith, both penalised. Then we get Shane Brereton to round out the top 10.
But Andrew Curzon kind of went against the team name there, didn't he?
What, don't touch?
Don't touch racing.
Yes. There's a little bit of touching.
Yeah.
And certainly a bit of damage.
Yeah.
So the bits of track now being swept off the circuit. The pace track's gone out to get itself to the front of the grid for the next race. And the drivers from the overall positions and also the Grammar Cup and also the winning teams, the team managers, they'll all be represented on the podium.
Yeah. I went and stood next to the pace truck in the paddock.
Yes.
And it is very, very tall. I know I'm not very tall, but it is very tall.
And as I think we said yesterday, it takes some driving because that's a proper road-going truck, and yet it has to match the pace of the racetracks. I know they're not going at full speed, but even so, a racetrack is very different to drive around here, even at 70%, compared to a road-going truck. And Frank Feldhahn, who drives it, is a real master. Don't Touch Racing is the team name of Andre Kurzim. Brackets, Don't Touch Too Much Racing.
Yeah.
Adam Lachko there in the background.
Yeah. Looking happy with his result.
The Czech driver, another ex-car racer, came from GT racing after a brief spell in that. And very much now part of the truck racing family, last year's champion.
Yeah. They have a very impressive fan stall at their base.
And it's a team that also does the Dakar Rally with trucks.
Yeah. Now that's something that's just crazy, the Dakar Rally in a truck. Grid girls, ooh, red hair.
So we need 6 drivers and 3 team managers.
All right, well, some are there.
There's René Reinert, who ended up where? 11th. It's not been a very good weekend, all things considered, for René, has it?
No, but he's got one podium. So.
Yeah. Adam Lachko discussing life with his team, but again, perhaps a bit frustrated, even though we were saying he was going better. The net result was he still seemed to be losing out in a straight line, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did seem to be down on power, which is surprising.
Jan Kalivoda, the Bagheera boss you just saw a moment ago.
Yeah, I did talk to a couple of the teams about this, and they said the heat is, affecting the turbo and the turbo performance because it is very hot, and the tarmac being so hot as well is affecting the tyres.
It's been a tough weekend here in very, very good conditions. Certainly helped to bring a big crowd to the Nürburgring again this weekend.
Yeah. The impressive Mercedes stand, tribune as they call it. So we're waiting for the podium to be organised, and you can see how hot it is. Jochen Hahn's taking the top of his race suit off, try and cool down, and Adam's got a wry smile on his face. There's Ryan Smith come in to congratulate him. Adam's boy being told to keep his hat on in the sun so he doesn't get sunstroke.
Why, he says?
Why? It's been a long time since I've had that type of questioning.
Adam Lachko then, former Skoda champion, raced in the German Carrera Cup, raced in GT3s, but moved to truck racing amazingly now, 15 years ago. He's been in it a long, long time.
These guys do spend a long time in the truck racing, don't they? And age is not a barrier.
No.
Age is not a barrier.
I suppose for many it fits in with their business, doesn't it? If you're a haulier, like René Reinert, for example, and for Adam Lachko, if you're with a Czech team and you're a Czech driver and they're paying you, you'll go and do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now the Podium team, who have been in entertaining form all weekend, are ready, and we will also hear, hope, from the drivers both in German and English. So we'll get the drivers called up shortly. Just to remind you that the top 3 outright: Anthony Janiak, Andre Curzim, Adam Lachko. And then we'll have the Grammar Cup of Shane Britton, then Ollie James, that's good, Brit 1-2, and third, Terry Gibbon for a Brit 1-2-3.
1-2-3. And Shane's 4th.
Of the weekend.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's won each time out in that Grammar Cup.
Although this time he suffered a bit of damage, didn't he?
And he's also being investigated.
Yeah, we haven't seen the...
Let's worry about that in due course.
Yeah.
So, third in the overall standings of race 4, and Adam Lachko, the reigning champion, heads to the podium for second place. His best finish of the season, moving to the Don't Touch Racing Iveco squad, Andre Curzim. Very, very happy, Andre.
Yeah.
After a difficult start to the season and a very difficult season last year. And then for his first win since 2016, our 4th different winner of the weekend in 4 races, Anthony Janiak makes his way onto the podium. A very happy man indeed.
Yeah. Perfect defensive drive against, well, effectively superior drivers and trucks.
Exactly. So, hats off, and instead we have the French national anthem. Well done, Anthony Janiak, who wins our 4th race of the weekend and wins in style. An excellent drive then to withstand all of that pressure. And so we'll have the presentations and then a chance to hear from the drivers. Congratulations to Adam Lachko then. He gets the 3rd placed trophy. The Bagheera team, Bagheera Racing, in the Fat Fox, as the Freightliner is known. Adam Lachko takes 3rd position. 2nd, it is going to be Andre Curzim for his best finish of the season. And young Andre, who moved from saloon car racing a few seasons back and came from karting and the VLN into trucks. 2014, actually, he came into the sport, so he's been in it for a while now, but having a good run. And then ex-Formula 3 and Formula Renault racer, double French Formula 3 championship runner-up, Anthony Janiak takes the race win.
Yeah. He'll have a few sherbets tonight.
Will he ever? So that'll be the official photograph now. They all, as they all get together on the top step. The trucks are rumbling out for the last race of the weekend here, which is going to be the Mittelrhein Cup, and that's coming up very shortly indeed. But before that, there'll be a chance to spray the champagne.
And the grid girls have legged it.
They're getting wise, aren't they? The podium is virtually deserted now.
Yeah.
But there will, instead of the grid girls, be the interviews instead. Andre Curzim thinks, why did I get on this podium? Adam Lachko knows a trick or two
about how to spray a bottle of champagne.
Exactly. And so, although we don't have the grid girls, we do have instead, dressed by Savile Row, media delegate Sam Smith, who has arrived to have a word with the drivers. His microphone's not working, but Sam will fix it. There you go.
Fantastic weekend for France in the football and also here in the trucks. Come over here, Anthony. Superb victory. Anthony Janiek's first race win since Harama in 2016. Anthony, unbelievable pressure that you had there from, well, 7 trucks behind you. Tell us how you feel and what it was like trying to resist that pressure today from those drivers.
The first, thank you my team, thank you for my truck, good mechanics, good weekend for me, good weekend, good big fighting with Andre and Adam. The first place, it's okay.
And you had a podium here last year, of course, so it's a track that you really enjoy here at Nürburgring.
Yes, it's Nürburgring, it's a mistake. The first place in Nürburgring, it's magic.
Wonderful. Congratulations to Anthony Janiek and Lion Truck team. Great performance today. And second place, Andre Kursim. Andre, great performance from you today. Superb speed. You got through some of the traffic early doors, and you were able to put some great pressure on Anthony. But what does it mean for this new team, for Don't Touch Racing and the new Iveco truck? It must be fantastic to do it here in Germany.
It's very fantastic for us. The third race for us, and in the third race we got the second place. We are very happy and great, very great. We are there, very happy.
Well done, Andre. Great job from the Don't Touch Racing team and Sven Walter. Well done, guys. And in third position, Adam Lachko. Second podium of the weekend. Adam, some nice points for you, but what a race. Really tense finale there. Was there any chance that you could have made a move on these front two? Very tight track. How did you think it could have gone in the last few laps?
Yeah, I think it's a really nice race for spectators because I try past Anthony, but it's not possible, and in this situation number 11 try past me and he passed me, but it's a nice race. I finished third and I'm happy with this.
Thank you very much, Adam, and maybe a summary in German from Ebby as well.
Yes. Einfach zwei Dinge. Also Anthony Janiek ist sehr happy, also ist glücklich. Andre Kosim super glücklich, weil das erste Podium für Don't.
So well done, Sam Smith, in his inimitable style, looking after the interviews with his FIA media delegate chapeau on, and he will in a moment make his way off the podium. Once he's checked his phone for messages of great importance, and then we'll get the podium ready for the Grammar Cup, which will be coming up in a moment's time.
And the blue suede shoes. Don't forget the blue suede shoes.
Absolutely, we can't wait. 4 great races. Always a pleasure to come to the Nürburgring. The crowd are the best all year. They're just absolutely passionate enthusiasts, and it's great to be here at this great circuit. Thank you, Eddie.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Sam, bye-bye.
What Sam actually meant was he can't wait to come back to the Piston Clouser again, which is his regular haunt on a Friday evening. But it is a great weekend at the Nürburgring. I think everybody involved in the championship responds, because it's inevitable, isn't it? When you've got a big crowd and there's the atmosphere, it does motivate everybody. And it just has, especially in weather conditions like this, a great feel to the weekend.
Yeah, and the festival, the music that they like, and all the trucks and trikes and fanfare of the show trucks on the track. It's a real family occasion.
So Terry Gibbon is the man who takes third place in the Grammar Cup, and after a lot of hard work and parts having to be flown out on Friday night to repair the engine, the T-Sport squad and PE Performance have done a great job there at getting that truck ready, and third to round out the weekend on the podium in class is a really, really good result.
Excellent.
Thomas Robineau there takes second, despite a... Sorry, I'm telling you a lie, aren't I? That is Ollie James who takes second place.
They do look very similar.
It's the spectacles that was tripping me up. Apologies, Ollie. Ollie James then arrives, but Shane Brereton makes it 4 from 4 in the Grammar Cup.
And he's going to go home a very, very happy man.
So we'll have the national anthem for an all-British podium here at the Nürburgring. So for Shane Brereton then, a 4th win in 4 races this weekend in the Grammar Cup. And an excellent weekend it has been for a relatively recent convert to track racing. He's not been in it for anything like the amount of time that Jochen Hahn has, for example. Ollie Janes has had a family involvement in truck racing for quite some time. And Terry Gibbon's father also used to race. But Shane Brereton has come along and done a very good job in a very short space of time and is a very competitive driver, that's for sure.
Yep.
So now we get the trophies, and Terry Gibbon will be the first to receive anything. Grammar, which makes primarily seats, but internal components for trucks, sponsoring this chrome-graded driver trophy. There it is, Ollie Janes for 2nd spot, the bespectacled West Country driver, part of the Bagheera Freightliner squad. But Shane Brereton has got a gold card for the top step of the podium. And the biggest trophy of the lot goes yet again to Shane Brereton in the Grammar Cup. And Shane, well done.
Very, very good. Photos.
So the photo to be done.
As a compere leaves the stage. Hastily, knocking over
more trophies.
More trophies.
But having this in the paddock rather than hidden away over the pit lane is a great idea, I think. The trophy repaired, the presentation rebuilt. And so now I think we can get the champagne ready. And if they're all happy, yeah, they can jump down in a moment and start the celebrations. So we've got one more podium for the FIA European Truck Racing Championship still to go, and we've got one more race still to go, and that's due to start in just over 15 minutes' time. That's one of the hardest battles of the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
So well done to Shane Brereton, to Ollie Janes, and to Terry Gibbon, a British 1-2-3 in the Grammar Cup finale.
But as it's probably German champagne, we can't call it champagne
anymore. No, it's probably Henkel Trocken, isn't it?
Henkel Trocken, which is very nice champagne, actually. I like it.
We feel your pain, sir. And so now we've got the team managers podium, and a fine body of men will be represented here. From the Iveco team, from Bagheera, and from Truck Sport Lutz Bernau. Fans young and old watch on.
Pink glasses, eh?
Cool, eh? You don't go away empty-handed from this meeting, do you? All the manufacturers have got something to give away.
There's hundreds of these man filter flags going around.
Yes, a miniature Goodyear airships I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's get the last podium for the European race underway. And up comes for the 3rd place, Lutz Bernau. Former racer, now team owner, and
and it's his birthday.
Birthday to boot. All together now. So Lutz Bernau takes 3rd in the team award, and a good way to celebrate his birthday. It's him that runs the Antonio Albacete truck, just to remind you. For 2nd place should be Bagheera.
Yeah.
So Jan Kalivoda will make his way onto the podium in a moment.
Now there's a pair of sunglasses.
Although that is Bagheera, it is not the team owner, Jan Kalivoda, to represent them, I'm afraid to say. But it is Bagheera that takes 2nd, and then the Bullen von Iveco, winners yesterday, in fact, of the team competition, on the podium once more.
Yeah.
einmal die deutsche Nationalhymne. Einen Riesenapplaus. Der geht nämlich allen Teammitgliedern.
To the winning teams then, the anthem is played and the presentations will be made in a moment. So, congratulations to the Die Bullen von Iveco squad, taking another great result with wins for Jochen Hahn today, and the Spernau squad with Antonio Albacete yesterday taking third place in this team's competition. Lutz Bernau, no stranger to the podium as a driver in his time. There for the Bagheera squad, the trophy is presented. And then the Iveco team will receive for the win of the team's element of this weekend.
Normalerweise, Mädels, haben wir ja bei der Teamwertung die Sauerei nicht. Ich weiß nicht, wie die das machen am letzten Rennen, da bin ich mir nicht sicher. Aber zunächst machen die mal ein Foto und dann haben wir Zeit hier.
It's a good excuse to say they need to take the photo, so we'll all leave the stage now.
Yes. You notice how the orchestration of departure gets better as the weekend goes on. To begin with the first podium, everyone's keen and they want to stand there.
Yeah.
By the end of it, nobody wants to stay.
No. Oh, and they're not going to splash the champagne.
So our live stream will continue in a few moments' time for the last race of the weekend, the Mittelrhein Cup. We'll have a quick break. Be back in a few minutes' time.
Man kriegt ja alles selbst gerne, wir fahren auch mit, man hört die Zuschauer von den Tribünen
Our last race of the weekend here at the Nürburgring. Welcome back to the live stream here at the ADAC Truck Grand Prix. David Addison trackside ready for this last battle for the ADAC Mittelrhein Cup, and we've had some great racing offered up by the British and the Dutch Championship regulars over the course of this weekend. We've lost a few, sadly, like Simon Cole, whose steering box has had a problem. He's gone home early. We lost Adam Bint with a fried ECU, and we've had one or two others with occasional dramas over the weekend. There's one of the more charismatic trucks of the weekend. Jan van Holland, the Dutchman with the Ford. He was running it in the go and stop competition the other evening as well. And he is going to be a driver to watch because it's a spectacular old girl, that, built in 1966, made into a racer back in 1980. And this grid, which is based on the results of race 3 with the reversal of the top 8, puts the Oliver team truck of Martin Gibson on pole position. And alongside him, it is going to be Heinz Werner Lenz. So it is Scania and Mercedes-Benz